Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So, as also on a Friday, we have a look at the weather for the month ahead with the Japanese and CFS future models. And I shall get time of it for you in a moment. Just to say about the first video shares, our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've got a 10 to 14 day on the way shortly after this video. And then we should be live at 10:30. This evening with the pub run. I'll confirm that on the socials this evening, but I think we're going to be good to go for the pub run live this evening. Wow. Be interesting. We're going to do JMA Friday right now, so I'm going to start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly flow charts for the Arctic and the North Pole view down. So this would be North Pole just here, got the wider Arctic circle around there, and then mid-latitude through there, roughly. So blue's extrapolated to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into weekly periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 15th, through to the 22nd of November. So the next week has high pressure out in the Atlantic and going up towards Greenland, and then there's a big trough of low pressure sitting across the north and the west of Europe. Winds coming in from a cold northerly or northeast direction, cold and wintry in the week ahead. Week 2 is the 22nd, 29th of November, with low pressure below average heights again, covering much of northern and west Europe. Still a bit of a mid-Atlantic ridge close to Greenland as well. That's still looking pretty chilly, I think. Maybe not quite as cold as it is in week 1, but nevertheless still looking pretty chilly and quite unsettled, maybe with some wintry potential there. Weeks 3 and 4 shows a change. It's going to be the 29th of November to the 13th of December. High pressure slipping more towards the west-southwest of the country. That returns us to kind of a westerly flow. So it should start to go a little bit milder as we go into the beginning of December. Temperatures should begin to lift up, and maybe more of an Atlantic-driven type pattern. So that would involve, areas of low pressure off the Atlantic, but also drier weather perhaps into the southwest at times. Let's confirm that with a tropical and mid-latitude view. So we can't see Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, all those areas are off the chart up here. I've had a look at that view down though, so we know roughly what's going on. Week 1, 500 millibar heights, normally it's the 15th to 22nd of November, with above average heights in the Atlantic, below average heights away to the east, and winds coming in from a cold northerly, northeasterly direction potentially. So temperatures on its own indeed colder than average in the week ahead. It is a colder than average week to come, below normal temperatures, and also rather unsettled as well. That could give some wintry potential. If it's cold enough, then we might see a little bit of snow at times, especially so in the north, of course. Week 2 will be the 22nd, 29th of November, with low pressure again right over the top of UK and Ireland, extending to our east as well. Temperature normally remains slightly below. It's not quite as cold as in week 1, but nevertheless still below average, a colder than normal week to come again for the final week of November. And precipitation-wise, also looking wetter than average again as well. So maybe still a little bit of wintry potential there in the last week of the month. And then weeks 3 and 4 will be the 29th of November to 13th of December, with high pressure then to the west-southwest and just bringing more of a flat westerly type Atlantic flow. Temperature anomaly is lifting up to be slightly above average. Not a particularly big deviation, and it's driest in the south and wettest in the north, in the north and northwest, so sort of Ireland, Scotland wetter, England and Wales drier in that couple of weeks. Remember, it is a 2-weekly anomaly, so it might be a little bit transitional, so it might be, but say high pressure builds in through the first week of December, and then it turns more unsettled in the second week. Something like that could be going on. Right, well, let's see how the CFS compares. So again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies, and we'll break it down into week periods. The first week period So, sorry everyone, the first week will take us from the 15th to 21st of November. The next week again has below average heights, low pressure through the north and the west of Europe. High pressure is out in the Atlantic and going up to Greenland. Winds are coming in from potentially cold north or northeasterly direction. Cold and wintry for the first week. Week 2 is going to be the 22nd, 28th of November, trough of below average heights away to the over and to the east of us, blocking areas high pressure up towards Greenland. That also looking potentially cold and wintry, still bring the wind in from the north or from the northeast there maybe. Week 3 will be the 29th of November to 5th of December. Much more anticyclonic this week, high pressure taking over across the West Europe, but still connecting to blocking around Greenland, so that could still keep winds in from quite a coolish or coldish direction, maybe from the north there with the wind direction. And then week 4 will be the 6th to the 12th of December, very anticyclonic, above average heights, high pressure extending from the UK into the North Atlantic, lots of dry, but potentially quite cold weather, frost and fog, that kind of thing. Temperature anomaly for week 1, 15th, 21st November, coming out colder than average for the UK and for Ireland as well. And week 2, temperature anomalies, 22nd, 28th of November, they're also coming out colder than average as well. So cold for the rest of November, I guess, with JMA Friday. But week 3 sees a bit of a warm up. This is the 29th of November, 5th of December, starting to go a little bit above average then with a temperature anomaly. And week 4 is the 6th to the 12th of December. That one also slightly above average with a temperature, though not a particularly big deviation, kind of near normal really. And then, so cold for the first 2 weeks, and then less cold in the second 2 weeks, I guess. And then finally, precipitation, week 1, 15th, 21st of November. It's wetter than average just to our north, near normal elsewhere. Week 2 is going to be the 22nd, 28th of November, above average precipitation. I won't say rainfall, I'll say precipitation, because as it's cold and average, some of that could be wintry, maybe some sleet and snow mixed in. Week 3 will be the 29th of November, 5th of December. That's a little bit drier, as high pressure takes over. And then week 4, weak signal, as it's such a long way out, but the 6th to the 12th of December also looking slightly drier than average there. So pretty good agreement between the two models today. Doesn't always happen like that. Looking cold for the next couple of weeks. Rest of November, say, looking cold and then less cold into the first couple of weeks of December. We'll see how it all works out. Remember, just a snapshot of what these two models are showing. They could look completely different when we do JMA Friday again next week. Any forecast beyond 5 some days comes with big hail warnings and large pinches start attached. We'll find out tomorrow how the ECM at WF is fitting in with all of this. We'll do the 6-week outlook from the ECM at 10 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to be back a little bit later on, though, very shortly, with 10 to 14 days, so come back for that in a bit. And then I think we're going to be doing Pub Run Live for you this evening, so keep checking back to the channel for more. For JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.